Let's talk about Joe Biden. Let's talk about this old senile man that people are putting up on a pedestal as if he's sane and coherent half of the time. But I got, I'm gonna show y'all some stuff, because this administration has to be the most dysfunctional, corrupt, ridiculous administration right off the bat. See, what they did with Donald Trump is they said he was bad. They made up stuff. They said he was bad. He's a racist. He's xenophobic. But Joe Biden is actually doing everything that they blame Trump of doing, but they don't say anything about it. We see it. You and I, we see it. As soon as I get to this messenger, I'm going to pull up these two clips that I think are incredibly damning to the to the Biden administration. First of all, the dude is dumb as a bale of dead rocks. But the first thing I want y'all to see, because it gets worse. It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. The first Joe Biden clip that should let everybody know that have common sense and a functioning brain that this guy has lost his mind. 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in China. This man has lost his mind. And in the spirit of investigatory practices, I'm going to present to you Exhibit A, and then I'll give you Exhibit B, while Joe Biden is probably the worst president in United States history right off of the bat, hypocritical, doing things and saying things he don't mean, don't know what he's talking about, claiming successes that Donald Trump has already laid out. And then I'm going to show you how the hypocrisy works. And the media has been calling him out on it, which I like. Call out Trump, call out Joe Biden. But let's go to Exhibit A, because I think the world needs to hear this, especially those of you who voted for Joe Biden and you think that he's coherent and sane. Well, I'm going to show you that he ain't coherent and he ain't sane. So without further ado, roll the film.
Questions.
Thank you.
I know he always asks me tough questions.
Thank
He
you.
always has an edge to them, but I like him anyway. So go ahead and ask the question.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead and answer it. Answer the question. Go ahead. He can't even get a sentence out.
So you just said that you think within
3 weeks or so, we'll be at the point where there are 1 million vaccines per day. But it seems like...
No, I think we'll get there before that. I said I misspoke. I hope we'll be able to increase as we go on till we get to the 1.5 million a day. That's my hope.
And then...
Okay.
The follow-up to that would be, now that you're president and you're saying there's nothing we can do to change the trajectory of the pandemic in the next several months.
Okay.
What happened to 2 months ago when you were talking declaratively about I am going to shut down the virus?
Great question. Just know that his answer to this is going to be crazy, but it gets worse. What he does at the end of this interview, what he does at the end of the press conference is absolutely asinine. And you guys are going to flip a wig. Just hang on.
Well, I'm going to shut down the virus, but I never said I'd do it in 2 months. I said it took a long time to get here. It's going to take a long time to beat it. And so we have.
But Donald Trump is the enemy of the people. He's supposed to play God and find a way to beat this COVID. But Joe Biden says it's going to take a long time. So pretty much whether Joe Biden was the president or Trump was the president, there's nothing that's going to change. It's a virus. You can't change a virus. You're not God. Okay, let him finish.
Millions of people out there who have the virus. We're just, for the first day, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I've been doing other things this morning, speaking with foreign leaders, but one of the things I think this is one of the first days that the number has actually come down, the number of deaths and the number on a daily basis and the number of hospitalizations, et cetera. It's going to take time.
I just wish that people would have gave Trump this. It's going to take time. You're at the end of what Trump had already done. You're at the end. And let me remind y'all real quick before it get real bad, because it's about to get real bad. He about to do the stupidest thing I've ever seen anybody do. But y'all don't even see it coming. But I already watched it, so I know it's coming. But the thing is that he's using Dr. Fauci, the same person that Donald Trump used which I disagree with Trump using him, the same person that Donald Trump used for his COVID analysis or expertise is the same person Joe Biden's using. The same person. Dr. Fauci came on an interview and said Donald Trump followed everything he asked him to do. I'll show the clip. I'll put the clip in here. Donald Trump followed everything that he asked him to do. That's what Dr. Fauci said. So if Donald Trump followed everything that Dr. Fauci said that he should do, and then Joe Biden used the same person that Donald Trump used, and now he's saying there's nothing it's going to do, it's going to take time, we got to let it play out, then all of this is a sham. It's a sham. Now watch what he do.
It's going to take a heck of a lot of time. And we still have, as Dr. Fauci constantly points out, it's one thing when we have mass, how can I say it politely, mass disregard of the warnings about not wearing masks and wearing masks and social distancing and failure to social distance and people getting together on holidays in ways that weren't recommended, et cetera. We see...
Did he just put a mask on after criticizing people for not putting the mask on properly? He just put a mask on in the middle of his speech. He put a mask on.
First thing that happens is we see the...
Now he's talking with the mask on. He did not have a mask on this whole time, and now he puts on a mask.
The number of infections go up. Then you see the hospitalizations go up. Then you see the deaths go up. And so we're in this for a while. I mean, what are we now? About 410,000 deaths? And there's going to be more. The prediction, as I said from the very beginning of getting here, after being sworn in, was the predictions were we're going to see somewhere between a total of 600,000 and 660.
So what's the point of you being in office and you ain't finna do no different than Trump is doing? But I want y'all to go back to this point. He's saying that he talks about how the spreading continues before he put a mask on. He mandated on federal land that you're supposed to wear a mask, mandated. He did not have a mask on the other day. He was criticized by the media. This is still Exhibit A. We're going to go to Exhibit B in a minute. He was criticized by the media. Now he's explaining how super spreaders are going around spreading this and it's making things worse. Let me play this one more time for the people in the back that voted for Joe Biden.
Say it politely, mass disregard of the warnings about not wearing masks and wearing masks and social distancing and failure to social distance and people getting together on holidays in ways that weren't recommended, et cetera. We see, first thing that happens is we see the number of infections go up. Then
you just explained what you're doing wrong while you in a press conference. You're saying people are not wearing a mask like they're supposed to. Then at the end of your speech, you put a mask on. You put a mask on.
You see the hospitalizations go up, then you see the deaths.
So you know this dude a clown. He's a complete clown, Bozo the clown. How do you get down, Bozo the clown? Crazy, leftist, lunatic. These people are crazy. And they think that we're dumb. That's why they keep doing these things. So I want to play Exhibit B because this further illustrates how their administration is out of control. Out of control. The hypocrisy is beyond me. Exhibit B, Your Honor, go ahead and look at it. Let me put it on the screen. Roll it.
Just one more about the announcement you made off the top about the travel restrictions. Mm-hmm. When President Trump was imposing travel restrictions in March, specifically on China, then candidate Biden called it xenophobic and fear-mongering.
Remember that? When Trump did a travel ban, they call it a Muslim ban. It was a travel ban from countries that were already selected under Obama's administration, Obama-Biden administration, selected the countries that they were going to impose a travel ban on. Obama did not do it. Trump, his administration, went forward with the ban of the countries that the Obama-Biden administration came up with. Look it up. If I'm wrong, I will give you $1,000. They came up with it. Trump implemented it. They called it racist. They called it xenophobic. And look at what Biden did.
So now President Biden is putting travel restrictions on people coming in from other countries. What word do we use to describe that?
Well, I don't think that's quite a fair articulation. The president has been clear that he felt the Muslim ban was xenophobic. He overturned the Muslim ban.
Not a Muslim ban, because most of the some of the Muslim majority countries weren't even on the ban. And every Muslim country wasn't on the ban to start with. It was only a few. And then some of them, Trump was criticized because some of them who have actively been terrorists weren't even on the thing. Their country wasn't even on there. And the largest country of Muslims weren't even on the ban. How is it a Muslim ban in the largest country with the most Muslims weren't even on the ban? And they keep saying Muslim ban. It wasn't a Muslim ban. It was a travel ban. But anyway, let me let the little red woman bad. Let me let her speak.
Has been clear that he felt the Muslim ban was xenophobic. He overturned the Muslim ban. He also, though, has supported, and he himself, even before, or we did, I should say, even before he was inaugurated, steps, travel restrictions in order to keep the American people safe, to ensure that we are getting the pandemic under control. That's been part of his policy. But he was critical of the former president for having a policy that was not more comprehensive than travel restrictions.
Somebody help me. Somebody explain this to me. Somebody articulate this to me. So you're saying that when Joe Biden puts travel restrictions on, it's for the betterment and the protection of the American people. And Donald Trump puts a travel ban that was implemented by Biden and Obama to stop terrorists from coming to America and blowing stuff up like they had done in the past. Somehow that's xenophobic. But it's totally fine when Joe Biden does it.
And he conveyed at the time, and more recently, the importance of having a multifaceted approach: mask wearing, vaccine distribution, funding in order to get 100 million shots in the arms of Americans in the first 100 days, not just travel restrictions.
But he haven't done none of that. He haven't done none of that. Shout out to Breitbart for the great video. Joe Biden has done none of that. They're just talking. They're blowing hot air. Donald Trump had a travel restriction, a travel ban on certain countries temporarily. It was a temporary ban on countries until, and what did he say when he did it? He said, until we can make sure we manage and figure out and vet people that come over from these countries so they don't commit terroristic acts on our home soil. So we're going to have a temporary ban until we get that figured out. And then we'll release the ban once we can get that under control. And then he secured the southern border. He tightened border security, secured the southern border, so they can't come in on the airplane and they can't walk through the southern border. How is that not multifaceted approach to a travel ban? I'm telling y'all, it's crazy to me. I don't see how people can't see this. It is clear as the noonday sun. Joe Biden don't know what he's doing. Their administration is not implementing anything that President Trump hasn't already done. They actually using the same people for COVID-19. It's all bull crap.